the same formula from the first Guardians, Guardians 2, Thor Ragnarok, the first Ant-Man, Iron Man 3, Doctor Strange, even some parts of Infinity War. It's that formula of comedy usurping story and lightheartedness usurping stakes and sense and script. YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. And we got a movie review for you guys, baby. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, we got that Ant-Man and the Wasp. Welcome to the channel. I'm Jody Joe, repping that Superman status. And to my right,
what's up, y'all? It's your boy Green Arrow, aka Green Ranger. What's poppin' with y'all? How y'all doing?
Oh, that's what we doing now?
Yeah.
Alright, shout out to my man Savage.
What up, y'all? It's the one and only Savage Jackson, aka the Icon. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Not bad. That's a lie like a motherfucker. Not bad, bro.
Red Ranger, green, baby.
Okay.
Shout out to Bret the Hitman Hart, one of my favorite wrestlers of all fucking time.
Stone Cold's better. Yeah. Welcome to Jody's Corner. This is an Ant-Man spoiler-free review. Let's go ahead and get right into it. This story is basically about Hank Pym getting his wife out of the quantum zone.
Yeah. Yep.
Out of the quantum realm, not zone, quantum realm.
Yep.
Because in Ant-Man 1, we saw that there was a possibility for someone to get out of the quantum realm because we seen Scott Lang do it.
Yep.
So that enticed Hank Pym to like, hey, if you were able to get out, maybe I could get my wife and save her.
Yep.
So they're about getting this mission together, getting the resources needed, gallivanting and trying to get Hank Pym's wife, the original Wasp,
yes,
out of the quantum realm, and we're here to see exactly how it goes on. We're introduced to a couple new villains. We got some ghosts in there. We got some stupid side guy. But overall, what you guys think about this movie? What about you, Sam? What you think about this shit, bro?
Honestly, man.
Oh, there goes that lip. There goes that lip.
You seen that lip?
Spoiler free. We're gonna do spoiler free.
Honestly, man, the movie bored me. There, I said it. It was boring. I was able to follow it easily enough. There weren't really any surprises in it for me. It was people in the movie that really didn't need to be in it like that. I saw some people sleeping in the fucking movie, dog.
I saw a couple people.
Yeah, like, but
it was entertaining though. It had a lot of comedy.
It was, yeah.
Wasn't it funny?
No.
It had some jokes, but
it had jokes.
Had a lot of
flaws. Jokes was garbage, but the jokes wasn't even tight.
Yeah, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's about what I expected, to be honest. There was a reason that I wasn't hyped to see this movie in the first place, and it lived up to that reasoning. So there you go. I don't know if you want to take that as good or bad, but whatever. I don't care.
What you eat?
I agree with this man on that though. I did somewhat had a little bit expectations for this movie because I seen the first one, and by seeing the first one, you know, the first one was pretty good. It had a little humor to it. It really had that much action, but it had a little bit more humor to it and everything like that. This one, it seemed like every time they make another part 2, they kill the movie. The part 1 is always the best. Second one is always bullshit. Like it had no humor whatsoever.
Well, First Avenger was way worse than Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and I also have to go against you and say Guardians 2 to me was better than Guardians 1.
2 was better, but for the most part, the part 2s are not as good as the first.
It's like if you're gonna make a part 2, make sure you do it right. You know what I'm saying? Make it better than the first one. So when you come out with a 3, it's gonna be even better than that. So they continue coming with bullshit. Like I wasn't feeling this movie like that at all. It was okay. Like it was like like that. It had a little bit of a ha ha, but it was only a 1 ha ha, not a 2 or 3 ha ha's for me. So I was very disappointed about this movie, like completely. Like he said, there was people in here that was in here that did not need to be in here. Like that was in the first one, that did not even need to be in the second one. It was like, why are you even in here? And you don't even have a part. Your part is trash. It doesn't make any sense. So for me, nah.
Okay, well, you guys know how I feel about with what the MCU has been doing. I saw this coming a mile ahead. I had no hype for this film because I figured out the Marvel MCU code. Now, that works for some people. I understand how some people will love this film because of the lighthearted, the humor, the jokes. The same formula from the first Guardians, Guardians 2, Thor Ragnarok, the first Ant-Man, Iron Man 3, Doctor Strange, even some parts of Infinity War. It's that formula of comedy usurping story and lightheartedness usurping stakes and sense and script. Me, for the most part, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Another Ant-Man film of more of the same thing you got in part one. Just the only difference is we got it already, so it's not shocking. Mm-hmm. But it was an entertaining film. There was a lot of comedy in it. I believe it was too much comedy. I'm not into it that much. I'm past my limit with the comedy with the MCU. It just seems like right when you thought you were going to get something of weight, a joke came in and slapped you in the face and knocked you right back out of reality into laugh mode. Like there was nothing serious. Not one time in this film I felt like anything was taken seriously. Like anything was even close to being dangerous for any of these characters. Any of them. And like the overall plot of this film, the number one hitter, which is a spoiler I'll talk about in the spoiler review, didn't make sense. There's more connectivity issues with Infinity War with this film. The best part about this film, though, I'm not even gonna lie, was how much they talked about Civil War, how much they talked about the event, how much they talked about other Marvel films. Yeah. That was the best part about this movie that I enjoyed, because it did show you how much Ant-Man ties into the universe. It shows you that, yeah, we are a universe of films, and that still to this day feels good. And
it's basically saying, yeah, the events of this film affected us here.
Exactly.
It wasn't just like this happened and we're not bothering about it.
Exactly. I love how interconnected it was. The acting itself was okay. The action was okay. The comedy fell flat more than half of the time. It was a lot of. It wasn't my type of comedy. It was more Ragnarok comedy.
I wouldn't even say that.
It was less than that, wasn't it? Ragnarok kind of had smartly written comedy, wasn't it? The timing was good too.
The timing was good in Ragnarok, and at least with the jokes, you laughed a couple of times.
Ragnarok was way funnier than this. You're right.
Because this, I'm gonna be honest, I laughed one time in the fucking movie.
I think I laughed twice.
I laughed one time, and it wasn't because of the joke itself or the gag, because it wasn't really a joke. It wasn't no person speaking and going ha. It was people were speaking and something happened, and those people's reactions to that something happening, that's what got me to laugh. And it was just like, look at their fucking faces, like they're freaked out. I'm like, but you know,
this is another Ant-Man movie, guys.
Where I was at, people that just literally and I'm sitting there looking at them like,
it's that Marvel formula, baby. Kevin Feige knows it better than most. It works. Those people that were losing lungs, those are the people that pay to see these movies.
Yeah. People are fools.
And so long as it's funny and it's lighthearted, that's enough to make box office, baby. That's the Marvel formula.
That's what the money's at.
Script, believability, and even sense doesn't matter within these MCU movies. If you're looking for those type of films, if you're looking for superhero film, it's almost like the MCU is not going to provide that to you, except for maybe once every other year.
Yeah, Captain
Civil
America
War,
is gone, children.
Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Avengers 1, those type of films.
Yeah. Now, what I will say, I have to come out and I have to say it. We're looking at the death of the MCU people when it comes to seriousness. We're looking at that because, me personally, I was looking for. If we're going to compare something, I would compare Winter Soldier to say Winter Soldier was DC's Dark Knight. I would say that.
Yeah.
I was looking for the Dark Knight Returns. No, that's the one, right?
Yeah.
With, Rises.
Rises. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rises.
Yeah.
I get them confused sometimes. But I'm looking for that somewhere in the MCU going forward. And at this
Black
point,
Panther?
at this point, I've given up. I don't think I'm going to see it. Because Black Panther was a good film. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just not on the level of Winter Soldier with me.
Oh, okay.
And I was looking for the movie that was going to...
I love Black Panther.
Yeah, I do too. But, Winter Soldier... I mean...
Oh, we're filming. Fuck, we're filming.
Like I would put Black Panther at a Batman Begins level, which is still great to me because I love that movie.
Still a good movie.
Yeah. But I'm looking for that Dark Knight Rises level movie. But I don't believe we'll ever get it at this point anymore.
The time is gone. More comedy to come.
Yeah,
more lighthearted. Captain Marvel, get ready for a lot of jokes in that too.
And
Marvel definitely needs to get together.
Get ready for a lot of jokes in that shit.
Y'all could have did good with this Ant-Man movie, man. This is.
It's it's about what do you want? Do you want to see a great superhero movie? Ant-Man is not it.
No.
Do you want to see a comedy? Ant-Man is it. Do you want to see a good comedy? Ant-Man is not it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. Overall, the story was mediocre. The score was okay, I guess. The acting was just mediocre across the board. With nice little clever ways of using the powers, which you already kind of got.
A lot of things that was happening weren't even necessary, and that they were doing.
Even
the stuff that he was doing is kind of like,
yeah, man. A lot of the stuff in this film didn't make sense. But I guess if you want to tuck it under it's a comedy rug, you could do that.
Now, I just thought of this, and because you said it, and I've been thinking about it for a minute. You said we've seen it before. I've been thinking about this since you've seen it. Ant-Man is Deadpool. Everything that was special about Deadpool, we saw in part 1.
Yeah.
And when they went to part 2,
more in part 1, but just not as good.
More of the same,
but not as good.
Yeah, exactly.
Because part 1 was a new thing.
Yeah. Ant-Man is Deadpool.
Yeah. And Ant-Man and the Wasp is very symbolic to Deadpool too.
Yeah. And you could tell that they tried. Because the jokes kept coming, they tried, but the jokes weren't funny.
The first Ant-Man had some core, some heart. It had some core heart to it. This film didn't have
why he did what he did.
Exactly. This film didn't have it. They relied so much on this silly house arrest ploy. I just can't get behind that.
Yeah. And definitely more too on the Wasp. It was really mostly on the Wasp as well too.
This reminded me a lot of Liar Liar.
But I told you,
it felt a lot like. I felt like Scott Lang was a lot like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And his daughter was like the disappointed little boy.
And she made a wish.
Exactly. And then the stepdad. It just reminded me a lot of. But so felt Disney.
I did tell you though. I said going into this movie that when you see Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to outshine Ant-Man. You're going to look at her and you're like, well, what do we need this fool for?
She definitely outshined Ant-Man.
Big time.
He was in the way. He's in great shape, by the way. Good job. He's I want to say, my man Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd, right?
Yep.
He's a very likable guy. I like him as an actor. And anything he's in, he just got a likable face. No homo. I like him.
Yeah, I've been watching the dude.
Shout out to 16 Candles. He's good in that.
He's gotten to the point now where I recognize him from Jump. And anytime I see him, I don't think of him as Ant-Man. I still think of him as that dude from Clueless. I don't know why. I think
of I Love You Man, and I think of Superbad. Knocked Up.
I was saying, that thing wasn't in Superbad.
Yeah, Knocked Up. I think of Knocked Up.
Because I think it's because Clueless was the first movie I've seen it in, and I've seen him in, and we used to watch that movie a fucking lot.
You guys should watch This Is 40. That's a comedy that's really serious.
This Is 40 is funny as hell.
That's a really good film.
He's in that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the sequel to Knocked Up.
Okay.
It's the unofficial sequel to Knocked Up.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where we're at with the guys. Let's go ahead and grade this movie, man. Go ahead, Savage. You go first.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give this movie a C-.
Wow. C-. Mediocre, says Savage. Okay. E?
A C.
A C. Mediocre.
I was thinking about this the whole time.
Crazy. I had my grade as soon as we were in the theater. As soon as the movie ended, I had my grade. C+. Mediocre. I give Ant-Man a B. This is under the first Ant-Man, definitely. C, I agree with all your grades. Anywhere in that C realm makes perfect sense to me. I give it that plus because it still was an entertaining film, and they kept a lot of for entertainment value alone. It gets good praises. But this is definitely a film that if stay for the after credit scenes. Let me know what you guys think, because the after credit scenes alone are an issue with timing of certain other films. Yeah. So that's where we'll leave it at that. See you guys for the spoiler-free review.
What I will say is, if you're going to do the after credit scenes, only do the first one. You don't have to stay for the second one.
I want them to stay for that.
Stay for the second one?
Stay for that.
So they can see.
So
they can see.
Yeah, stay for that. Stay for that.
Yeah.
Stay for that.
All right.
Stay for that. All right, guys. Hope you guys like this review. Put down in the comment section what you guys think. 100. I'd like to thank Savage for being here. GA. I'm Jody Joe. We are 3 parts of the Just Us League. And we out to stay, man.
Deuces.
Deuces.